Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, December 6th, at 11:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 647 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. New York City's de Blasio says private sector vaccine mandate puts health and safety first. This must be stopped. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis plans to establish a militia that answers solely to him. Trump's new social media company is under investigation by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Trump draws attention with admission he fired Comey. Realtor who took a private jet to the Capitol riot says she plans to practice yoga, detox from alcohol, and lose 30 pounds in jail. One of the worst nights of my life, Nick Cannon recalls events leading up to first date with Meagan Good and actress later friend-zoning him. Switzerland approves assisted suicide capsule. Pope says he removed Paris Archbishop because of gossip. Russell Wilson wowed handing to Adrian Peterson. His Seahawks lead blocker hasn't met him. South Carolina woman awarded $10 million after stepping on rusty nail in Walmart that forced an amputation, sent a message. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Lucid Motors subpoenaed by the SEC, shares plunge, CNN. Myanmar's Aung San Suu Kyi faces 2 years in jail after her sentence is halved, CNN. AstraZeneca COVID vaccine co-creator warns next pandemic could be worse, NBC News. Michigan school officials had legal grounds to search shooting suspect's backpack and locker but did not, prosecutor says, CNN. Detroit Lions end 15-game winless run and pay tribute to Michigan school shooting victims, CNN. Joe Biden restores tradition with return to Kennedy Center honors, The Guardian. New York City sets sweeping vaccine mandate for all private employers, The New York Times. David Perdue joins Georgia governor's race, setting up GOP showdown with Kemp, NBCnews.com. COVID-19 vaccine for kids, here are a pediatrician's answers to common questions, CBS News. Fantasy Football Week 13 Rapid Recap, Javonte Williams propels fantasy teams to victory, ESPN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. San Francisco restaurant apologizes after refusing to serve armed cops in uniform. U.S. religious group says Haitian gang releases 3 more hostages. Justin Bieber performs at Saudi event after calls for human rights boycott. Turning outrage into power, how the far right is changing the GOP. Insecure writer Grace Edwards on the value of complex stories about black women. John Oliver's priceless advice for snack brands will put them in the chips. David Letterman immediately shreds Donald Trump at Kennedy Center honors. Virginia to remove Robert E. Lee statue pedestal, transfer land to city. 11 must-have gifts that people with natural hair will love. Gift ideas for someone you just started dating around the holidays. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Volunteers pack meals destined for Panama, Haiti. Hospital receives truck full of toys for holidays. Christmas tree burnt by vandals to be replaced. 94 YO fishermen reported missing after boat found. Some winter equipment in short supply. Bob Dole chauffeur talks about Great American. Company gets Oxford Strong t-shirt requests. Officers track down camel on loose, reunite with owners. Event pays tribute to first responders. Tuskegee Airman pilot celebrates 102nd birthday. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Second accuser takes the stand in Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Donald Trump's media company deal is being investigated. New York City announces vaccine mandate for private employers. Pope exploring a second meeting with Russian Orthodox Church. Max rose to run for House, seeking a rematch against Malyadakis. Why New York State is experiencing a Bitcoin boom. What does the US owe separated families? A political quandary deepens. Spike in Omicron variant cases puts Europe on edge. The ghosts of Mississippi. 3 of a group of missionaries kidnapped in Haiti have been released. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Grimes makes digs at Elon Musk in new song and Apis, player of games and Apis. Los Angeles Police Department detective says city not safe for tourists, blasts Gavin Newsom for going soft on criminals. Armed robbers target LA holiday party, demand guests hand over their jewelry and phones. Thiessen on Kamala Harris staffers quitting, and Apis, she and Apis, not succeeding in her job and Apis. Young black conservatives push back on narrative of all black Americans being progressive. Miami fires Manny Diaz, paves way for Mario Cristobal hire. TikTok users viral Starbucks drink hack sparks online debate. Jake Paul slams Tommy Fury for pulling out of fight, Tyron Woodley gets rematch. CNN brings on college professor to fawn over success of fired anchor Chris Cuomo, he did a terrific job. New travel restrictions take effect, requiring COVID testing for vaccinated travelers entering U.S. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, December 6th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Billy Henham was beaten unconscious, stripped naked and thrown off balcony on Nye, court hears. NYC Mayor de Blasio tightens COVID-19 restrictions, mandates vaccine for all private sector workers. Actress avoids jail after assaulting restaurant boss as she called him a dirty Bangladeshi man. 2 police officers try to arrest man for not wearing a face mask while ordering sandwich at Subway. Myanmar coup, leader Aung San Suu Kyi jailed for 4 years by Honda. Tom Holland confirms he's playing Fred Astaire in an upcoming biopic. Sarah Ferguson claims she is most persecuted woman of the royal family. People stuck in jobs that don't bring them joy should quit, says Prince Harry. You put up with a constant amount of soul-destroying criticism, says former Kamala Harris staffer. Taking Viagra could cut your risk of developing Alzheimer's by up to 69%, study claims. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Far-right French presidential candidate put in headlock by protester at rally. Return to Iran nuclear deal remains an elusive prospect. 3 more kidnapped victims freed in Haiti, U.S. missionary group says, 12 still held. Prominent underground theater troupe quits Belarus, citing dangers under Lukashenko. Thailand reports likely case of Omicron. Top UAE advisor makes rare trip to Iran amid nuclear talks. Watchdog, Israel freezes plan for East Jerusalem settlement. UN delays action on Myanmar and Afghanistan's bid for seats. Sudanese protest military coup, deal that reinstated PM. Rife cocaine news reported in UK Parliament, just as Boris Johnson announces crackdown on drug crime. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. COVID hive, New York City to mandate jabs for private sector workers, Norway and Poland to tighten restrictions. Congress braces for another battle over U.S. debt ceiling, live. Bank of England's broadband sees inflation over 5% next spring when energy cap rises, business hive. Jovic succeeds in being Benzema for night as Madrid leave rivals behind Sidlow. Fire risk cover-up one of greatest scandals of our time, Grenfell inquiry hears. Street name honor for unloved castle lady dismays Belgian village. New York City sets COVID vaccine mandate for all private employers. A joke, influencers mock Chanel for underwhelming advent calendar. Investigation launched into brawl at French far-right rally. Mumps continues to circulate in US and doctors should be watchful, CDC warns. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Myanmar court sentences ousted leader Suu Kyi to 4 years. Chris Cuomo was accused of harassment days before CNN firing. Watch, horse rescued from icy lake in Colorado. Activist investor pushes Kohl's to seller split e-commerce. Trump media venture unveils forecasts, regulatory inquiries. Trump-backed Purdue challenges Kemp in Georgia GOP primary. Stocks open higher on Wall Street as travel stocks rebound. 3 days till launch, how Michael Strahan is preparing for space flight. Omicron hive updates, Minnesota man who became one of the first cases in U.S. speaks out. Scientist behind UK vaccine says next pandemic may be worse. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Haiti kidnappers release 3 more missionaries after abduction. New York's workers must all have vaccine by December 27. Eric Zemmour, far-right French presidential candidate grabs at rally. Sylvester Oromoni, Nigerians demand justice over down college death. COVID, UK red list criticized as travel apartheid by Nigeria. Aung San Suu Kyi, Myanmar court sentences ousted leader in widely criticized trial. Far-right target critics with Twitter's new media policy. Brexit, Ireland to receive €920 for Brexit impact. COVID-19, Italy tightens restrictions for unvaccinated. FARC, Colombian rebel commander El Paisa killed in Venezuela. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. AP Top Stories December 6. High school seniors return to classrooms in Hanoi. Honorees enjoy return of Kennedy Center traditions. NYC to impose vaccine mandate on private sector employers, strict travel rules begin as U.S. cases climb, COVID-19 updates. Tipster to qualify for $10,000 reward in arrest of parents of Oxford High School shooting suspect. Parents of Michigan school shooting suspect found, arrested overnight after manhunt. In just 5 minutes, a gunman turned a normal day at Oxford High into a nightmare. Virginia to remove Robert E. Lee statue pedestal in Richmond, transfer state's own land to city. Today in history for December 6. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. How Latinos are bonding over first-generation trauma. Remember that can easily be you, Angelinos closest to the homelessness crisis urge compassion. Column, big changes are coming to the California Capitol, and they won't come cheap. Forced ever redistricting commission to draw boundaries for LA County supervisors. LAUSD's independent study program is overwhelmed. Students with disabilities pay the price. In 2021, the recall circus returned to California. Republicans sent in the clowns. Armed robbers break into Palisades home during holiday party. Virgin de Guadalupe procession returns to East Los Angeles after pandemic year away. Fog rolls in, worsening air quality in Los Angeles basin and delaying flights. After weeks of speculation, Art Acevedo says he will not enter LA County Sheriff's race. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, December 6th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Grenfell Tower, government said fire safety risks, inquiry hears. UK asks Germany to extradite suspected Russian spy. A British citizen working at the UK embassy in Berlin has been arrested for passing official documents to Moscow agents. Middle-class drug users could lose UK passports under Boris Johnson's plans. Germany's Greens approved three-party coalition deal. The approval of Green Party members was the last hurdle for a new three-way coalition government in Germany. Ukraine-Russia border, satellite images reveal Putin's troop buildup continues. Ukraine marks Army Day with US hardware and vow to fight off Russia. Private jet sales and flights soar during pandemic travel confusion. Pro-Beijing Solomon Islands PM survives confidence vote, blames crisis on Taiwan agents. Poll finds 89% in Japan back Kishida's ban on new foreign arrivals. Slovakia wants to be an equal partner to Taiwan, the leader of an official trade delegation to the island said Monday, a sign of growing international support for Taipei having a place on the world stage despite Beijing's protests. Earth is getting a black box to record our climate change actions, and it's already started listening. Paris ranked as one of worst cities for foreign residents, again. Missing woman thought possibly abducted by Korea found in Japan after 41 years. Japan's military, among world's strongest, looks to build. Germany to make vaccination compulsory for people working in hospitals, nursing homes and other medical practices, says incoming SPD government. The next headlines are from Forbes. Our democracy is more nearly perfect because of you, a true statesman of the greatest generation, Bob Dole. TV icon Norman Lear and EP Jimmy Kimmel discuss putting together the latest live in front of a studio audience event. Tesla stock losses top $250 billion after report alleging new SEC probe. Hawaii braces for catastrophic flooding from Kona storm. Frontier Airlines is overtaking Spirit Airlines as the leading U.S. ULCC. Viagra use may reduce risk of getting Alzheimer's by nearly 70%, study suggests. The Supreme Court should end religious discrimination in school choice programs once and for all. NASCAR enhances sports betting program heading into the 2022 season. Metal 3D printing, a market in search of an entry level. COVID outbreak from Norwegian cruise grows to 17 cases, with at least one Omicron. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Python Power Up, new image tool visualizes complex data. Super Jelly springs back from a squashing. Understand the real reasons reproducibility reform fails. Has Eric Kandel rested on his laurels? No. Handling snakes for science. Climate adaptation, and the next great extinction, books in brief. What fueled an ancient empire's rise? Potatoes and quinoa. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,749,303,833 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Non-white characters represent less than 20% of French film protagonists, study says. West Side Story banned in Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman and Qatar. AT&T CEO dismisses Democrat antitrust concerns about Warner Media Discovery merger as unfounded. Shang-Chi sequel in the works with director Destin Daniel Cretton returning. ABC debuts a very boy band holiday teaser, TV news roundup. Imagine launches audio division with iHeartMedia podcast slate deal exclusive. El Chema star Mauricio Ochman strikes first look deal with Pantaya exclusive. The best films of 2021. Dear Evan Hansen, La La Land songwriters Benj Pasek and Justin Paul launch theater music class with monthly exclusive. Patty Jenkins steps back from directing Gal Gadot's Cleopatra, Falcon and the Winter Soldier's Kari Skogland to take over. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. More people died of malaria in 2020 than in 2019, here's why. Citing humanitarian abuses, U.S. will stage a diplomatic boycott of Beijing Olympics. Prescribing abortion pills online or mailing them in Texas can now land you in jail. As NYC sets broad vaccine mandate for workers, federal vaccine rules remain blocked. Congressman shares photo celebrating guns at Christmas, days after a school shooting. Omicron variant threatens global supply chain as the holidays approach. Omicron spreads uncertainty about holiday travel and dampens recovery for airlines. San Francisco moves to delay its cannabis business tax to give legal dealers a boost. Over a dozen COVID cases were found on a cruise ship that just docked in New Orleans. These pork products are being recalled over possible listeria contamination. The following headlines are from The Week. The SEC is investigating the Trump SPAC deal, one of many new right-wing tech ventures. Martina Spirit, 2021 Kentucky Derby winner, dies after workout. Dave Chappelle to perform at Netflix Comedy Festival after trans jokes backlash. Ex-DC Guard official accuses Army leaders of lying to Congress about January 6. Mayor de Blasio announces first-in-the-nation vaccine mandate for New York City's private employers. Justin Bieber sings in Saudi Arabia after being urged not to perform for dictators. Michigan prosecutors, Oxford School District layout timeline, details of school shooting. Bob Dole, the complicated pride of Kansas. International Tennis Federation doesn't have plans to suspend tournaments in China amid Peng Shuai concerns. The nagging mystery of Trump's BS. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Texas legislators ask Biden administration to reinstate Planned Parenthood as Medicaid provider. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Don't Look Up shines a satirical spotlight on the campaign to counter cosmic threats. Colliding gases at the heart of the Running Man Nebula. If there are water plumes on Europa, here's how Europa Clipper will study them. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, December 6th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Arecibo Data Live Sun provides new galaxy insights. Moon, Jupiter, Saturn, Venus December 6th to December 9th. Earliest sunset for 40 degrees north around now. Hera mission following after Dart's asteroid impact. False fossils on Mars might inhibit search for life. The next news is from Politico. Britain's U.S. trade charm offensive at risk amid steel dispute. Vaccines don't make you free, thousands protest COVID-19 measures in Belgium. GOP finds it the unifying issue, opposing vaccine mandates. How Europe should approach Biden's summit for democracy this week. Hundreds of House districts are being redrawn, here's who's winning and losing. Department of Justice sues to block Texas congressional map. The dramatic irony of Biden's foreign policy picks. White House announces diplomatic boycott of Beijing Olympics. I need a budget. Pentagon officials thrash Congress over gridlock. IOC member says diplomatic boycott of Olympics won't sway Beijing. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. We simply cannot do that. US confirms diplomatic boycott of Beijing Winter Olympics. Doctors call for private health insurance watchdog amid gaps in coverage. Does smiling really make you look younger? British police contacted over report of cocaine use in Parliament. Trump's media deal under scrutiny by market regulators. Response to skill shortages needs to be placed on a war footing. ASX set to rise as Wall Street surges. Factional warfare threatens Labour MPs. US cannot win two wars at once, Joe Biden's worst nightmare. With truth on trial, the Attorney General's High Court's bid for secrecy is dangerous. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Metal stocks, gold ends lower Monday as inflation, Fed interest rate outlook remain in focus. The margin, even the Google Doodle is taking advantage of the pandemic-fueled pizza boom. The ratings game, Electronic Arts upgraded to buy on belief most bad news is already priced in. Market snapshot, Dow aims for best day in more than a year, while S&P 500 jumps 1.5% as energy, financials, industrials rally. US announces diplomatic boycott of Beijing Olympics over China's egregious human rights abuses. Encore, new proposal would improve Social Security's finances and modestly enhance benefits. New York becomes the first major city to require kids to show proof of vaccination for indoor activities. Should New York pay Plug Power hundreds of millions to create 68 jobs? The ratings game, Micron dubbed the best idea at count on potential to outperform chip sector. The Fed is widely seen backing a faster taper next week. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Two CT families featured on Shark Tank holiday episode this week, CT Insider. How long does U.S. patent and trademark prosecution take? 2021 edition, J.D. Supra. Senator Bob Dole, a staunch defender of his country, and our patent system, IPWatchdog.com. Patents to come of age for nuclear fission, intellectual property, UK, Mondac News alerts. Samsung sued by Caltech over alleged Wi-Fi patent infringement, The Street. Kite flies away with CAR-T patent challenge win based on written description battle, intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. EcoCube shipments dramatically increase after radon detection and monitoring device is included in Time's Best Inventions list of 2021, MarketScreener.com. CI, HPEDU regulatory body inks pact for industry-academia collaboration, The Statesman. PSVR 2 patent shows off Sony's next-gen VR controller from every angle, Tech Radar. How China will secure a decisive victory in building moderate prosperity, 2000 to 2020, System Assessment and the Importance of Enlightenment, Voldai Discussion Club. The next headlines are from Quartz. Disposable culture is diminishing the power of brands. If inflation isn't transitory, how else should the Fed describe it? AI without code. Is it time to change the definition of fully vaccinated? Staying safe is a full-time job for women in Africa's gig economy. Girls Who Code CEO Tarek Abaraton what causes technicians gender gap. Nigerians can no longer get a UK visitor visa. Fauci on Omicron. These are the states with laws ready to ban abortion. Fewer ships are anchoring at the port of Los Angeles, but it doesn't mean the supply chain is healing. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Twitter admits it messed up in suspending accounts under its new policy, but policies like this will always lead to overblocking. Daily Deal, the web development crash course bundle. Chinese government is building a surveillance system that will target, track foreign journalists, students. GOP claim that Biden FCC Nam Gigi Sohn wants to censor conservatives is AT&T and Rupert Murdoch backed gibberish. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Jeremy Strong. Pearl Harbor. Olivia Rodrigo. Fred Astaire. Google Doodle. Gil Hodges. Tommy Fury. Sony VP fired. Zion Williamson. Vishal Garg. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Province allows grocers to ban unvaccinated food shoppers. India confirms it has taken delivery of Russian S-400 missiles. School to change name after founder statue dumped in harbor during BLM protests. Europe's Cuban Missile Crisis. Cyber attack closes over 300 of grocery chain shops. White House confirms Biden's China boycott. Totally shocked, footballers in mourning after popular English player dies at 38. Cyber attack strikes state's health department. Russian church explains how grace of God protects from COVID-19. Mockery for virtue signaling NBA star after attack over China-Taiwan tensions. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Omicron didn't start the fire, but Morgan Stanley sees Powell raining fire and brimstone on the market. Biden Surgeon General, even tripled vaxxed still have to wear masks indoors. The Powell put has been struck lower, and don't expect the Fed to kick save us easier anytime soon. Doctor banned for questioning efficacy of masks wins high court case. AOC gives Looney Tunes answer dismissing organized looting mobs. Oil market hit by tsunami of hedge fund liquidations. Biden mulls cutting Russia off SWIFT ahead of Putin call and nuclear option Ukraine response. U.S. nat gas continues plunge on unexpectedly mild weather for mid-December. The Fed's monetary policy has screwed Americans. Omicron confirmed in 1/3 of U.S. states as first cases confirmed in Russia, Thailand. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. India hosts Putin as it balances ties with Russia, U.S. U.S. announces diplomatic boycott of 2022 Beijing Olympics. Can Iran's president persuade the world to end sanctions? U.S. laps sanctions on DRC national over girdler ties. India says deliveries of Russian S-400 defense system have begun. Ethiopian forces recapture 2 key towns from rebels, Gov says. Canada to release more evidential school documents, report. SPAC merging with Trump's media firm gets SEC information request. Mine deaths in South Africa rise for second consecutive year. Zimbabwe court drops case against investigative journalist. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Report, Oregon health officials drafting more permanent mask rules. Rep. Lee Zeldin rips Bill de Blasio's NYC vaccine mandate, anti-business, one-dimensional, unaccountable. Bill de Blasio's ultimatum, parents, get your child vaccinated or you cannot go to indoor restaurants. Joe Biden abolishes 90% of ICE's deportations. Ghana, Joe Biden travel bans make Africa their whipping boy. Man wielding wooden daggers threatens to kill woman on NYC subway, police say. Donald Trump, Joe Biden should leave office for failure to shut down coronavirus. Retiring Democrat John Yarmuth calls Thomas Massie a hole for posting photo with guns. Report, Omicron spreads to 17 states as Joe Biden fails to shut down the virus. Italy bans unvaccinated from public life with Super Green Pass. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, kitten rescued after more than week trapped in storm drain. Look, police chase loose camel through Kansas City. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. What is cube-shaped object on Moon's far side spotted by China rover? Part 4 of 7, Avatars and Controllers. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. This floating continent could collect and recycle plastic from the ocean in future. The real Moby Dick, mythic white sperm whale captured on film near Jamaica. A new stem cell treatment looks to have cured a man of type 1 diabetes. See the incredible images in the Wildlife Photographer of the Year contest, and vote on the People's Choice Award. Pittsburgh Women's Food Rescue Act diverts 20 million pounds of surplus into 17 meal meals for those in need. Doctor's miraculous remedy for non-stop coughs is curing people with a YouTube video. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, December 6th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Fake meat industry eyes crickets, beetles, mealworms, maggots for burgers. Amid shortage, Canada taps into emergency maple syrup reserves. Vacant piece of land less than 30 centimeters wide hits the Toronto market and it's attracting attention. Woman dies after attack by sheep. A Colorado sheriff's office said it didn't intend to be insensitive after it tweeted a photo of Santa getting a concealed carry permit. A 3D printed capsule, destined for use in assisted suicide, may legally be operated in Switzerland, according to advice obtained by Exit International, the organization that developed the Sarco machine. Stanford launches first-class talk completely in virtual reality. Jesus gets rebranded for skeptics in new ad campaign. San Francisco suspends cannabis tax to help dispensaries compete with drug dealers. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Bus drivers' brainwaves will be monitored in South Korean safety pilot. Human intuition and machine reasoning, AI's helping us solve giant math puzzles. Why we cannot charge lithium-ion F batteries in a few minutes. What we know about Biden's alliance for the future of the internet. Private space stations are coming, what can tourists expect? Data centers could cause serious environmental damage if we don't regulate them now. Rich people apparently just gave Trump's non-existent social network $1 billion. AI cannot steal your job if you work alongside it. Here's how we might collaborate. The future of scientific research is quantum. Building apps with GPT-3, here's what devs need to know about cost and performance. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Liquid crystals for fast-switching devices. Male spiders are attracted by a female-like planets orbiting a star. Minimal effort required, a 10-minute run can boost brain processing. The sunshine vitamin that delivers on cardio health. Space flight wreaks havoc on liver metabolism. Diagnosis from the sky, catching insect infestations within forests before it's too late. Glucose control is a key factor for reduced cancer risk in obesity and type 2 diabetes. Migratory birds have lighter colored feathers. Cataract surgery linked with lessened dementia risk. Discovering new drugs with help from Darwinian principles. The next headlines are from Information Week. How to choose which RPA intelligent automation platform is right for you. 3 steps to take when implementing cloud-to-edge service models. Optimizing your cybersecurity budget. 7 Tech Trends That Will Change the Fintech Industry in 2022. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, December 6th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. La NASA selecciona novos candidatos a astronauta. NASA selects new astronaut recruits to train for future missions. NASA to highlight new science findings, missions during AGU meeting. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. By women's basketball reaches highest AP ranking in history, men drop 9 spots. This is when and where Utah football fans can buy tickets to the Rose Bowl. Ross doubt that Biden can do a better job against COVID. Skyview High parents speak against diversity video, saying it was an attack on white people. A Utah group is going door to door looking for election fraud, but they don't want you to know about it. David Gerb, a way to break the cycle of poverty. Monday storm won't amount to much, but a bigger storm is coming on Thursday. A road rage incident in Salt Lake County ends with shots fired. Utah just experienced its driest year since scientists have kept records. How Bob Dole embodied what was good and bad about American politics, George Pyle writes. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. China Moon rover will investigate cube-shaped mystery object on lunar far side. Earth is getting a black box to record events that lead to the downfall of civilization. 900 people fired via Zoom call. Activision's Call of Duty game testers plan walkout over job cuts. Firefox 95 will include RL box sandboxing for added security. In naming Omicron variant, authorities skip Qiannu. Companies linked to Russian ransomware hide in plain sight. Executive at Swiss tech company said to operate secret surveillance operation. America tries to fill 600,000 vacant cybersecurity positions. FSF's anti-DRM campaign plans bad review protest against Disney+. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis ranked second most sinful city in America in new report. St. Louis police searching for a van that may be connected to a homicide. Unattended cooking fire leads to St. Charles apartment death. Iranians accused of hacking St. Charles computers to mine cryptocurrency. Missouri is the number 7 state with the most power outages in the last year. St. Louis City says mask mandate still in effect. Let's Go Brandon merchandise sold in new store. Wrong way driver dies in head-on crash in St. Clair County, Illinois. Security on Metro Transit to increase following shooting of Metro bus driver. St. Louis County expects to see uptick in COVID cases due to Omicron variant. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Motorcyclist dies in crash with big rig near border. New Aztec Stadium to be called Snapdragon Stadium. Martina Spirit dies during workout at Santa Anita. U.S. resumes remain in Mexico policy. California, Nevada governors plan a fix for I-15 congestion. At least 1 dead in I-5 crash. 2 arrested after shots fired inside restaurant. Pedestrian seriously hurt by motorist suspected of drunk driving. 10-year-old San Diegan steals show at Miami Art Basel. These new U.S. travel restrictions begin Monday. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Finland reportedly moving toward buy of F-35 in $11 billion tender. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. CSL season set to resume with Chinese soccer in crisis. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, December 6th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Trump came in contact with 500 people between first positive test and hospitalization, report. It's a jungle out there. Florida police pull 5-foot snake from man's new couch. Saying they share a mind, male triplets all pursue nursing degrees. New vaccine ingredient may create a stronger defense against many illnesses, including COVID-19. Schmear shortage imperils bagel breakfasts. Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit dies after collapsing in California. Here's where each state stands with COVID-19 rates, deaths. Trump calls top U.S. General a idiot during speech at Mar-a-Lago. Fauci calls Ron Johnson's aides comment preposterous. I don't have any clue of what he's talking about. These are the most universally enjoyed gifts, study says. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Accused of lying to police, Smollett takes the stand. Prosecutor criticizes school over run-up to mass shooting. Hedge fund founder Steinhardt will return looted antiquities. Home, not sweet home, Falcons keep losing in ATL. U.S. religious group says Haitian gang releases 3 hostages. Tumultuous season ends with Oregon seeking new head coach. Tennessee women back in top 10 of AP Top 25, SC still number 1. SO, Elgin Master Chorale Team for Holiday Spectacular. COVID-19 update, 19,110 new cases, 85 more deaths over the weekend. St. Charles family starts toy drive in memory of 18-month-old son who drowned last year. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Your guide to the best holiday light displays around Seattle. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 10 km, in Kermadec Islands region June 12, 2021, 04:19 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in Italy. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, December 6th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit collapses and dies after workout in California. U.S. Department of Justice throws its weight behind legal challenges to new Texas political maps. Innocent man killed during Houston police chase identified as 62-year-old. Cold front Monday brings storms and cooler temps. It's unacceptable, Lakewood members react to hidden money found in church bathroom. Jussie Smollett trial, Empire actor takes stand in alleged fake attack in Chicago. Attorney for David Temple, convicted of wife's murder in Katy in 1999, asks for new trial. Better.com CEO fires 900 employees on Zoom call just before holidays. Are Texas cities ready for next winter disaster? Officials list actions made 10 months after storm. Watch and shop localish, holiday deals and steals features deep discounts. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. All in the name, UK school to end 311-year slave trader link. Justice Department sues Texas over new redistricting maps. 2021's notable moments on TV, Capitol riot, Rust, Shatner. Hawaii leaders call on Navy to suspend fuel tank operations. Chiefs offense bogging down when it deviates from script. Difficult to measure Lawrence's progress amid Jaguars' woes. Boston College QB Jurkovec will return for senior season. Broncos back in last place after another meltdown versus Chiefs. U.S. plans diplomatic boycott of Beijing Winter Olympics. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Great tavern-style pizza and other Midwest favorites now being served in the West Village. Interview, John Wilson explains how to make a show with John Wilson. Early edition, the hottest new millennial trend is riding a will. New York City's program to curb dangerous driving is finally underway. NYC will mandate COVID-19 vaccines for all private sector workers. Grubhub Best of 2021, 10 Great NYC Burgers. Succession Power Rankings, Chiantishire. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Poor communities on the Salvadoran coast face constant threat of eviction. Africa should bargain hard for COVID vaccine equity, lessons from Indonesia during avian flu. With 280 prisoners dead in Ecuador, UN experts call for urgent action. Global arms industry thrives amid worldwide pandemic devastation. Myanmar, UN deplores conviction and sentencing of Aung San Suu Kyi. COVID contributed to 69,000 malaria deaths, WHO finds, though doomsday scenario averted. First person, trafficking is a crime can happen in front of our eyes. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. New York will require full vaccination to access restaurants, gyms and entertainment. 5-year-olds need at least one shot. A lithium tech that may send the F boom into overdrive. Mayhem beneath the surface of the stock market. The insanely dark story behind Poltergeist and its young star Heather O'Rourke. Verizon may have just enrolled you in a data collection scheme. Here's how to get out. Big Food says the transition to the New World Order food system is already well underway. Oregon moves to make indoor mask mandate permanent. Video shows Australian locked up in quarantine camp threatened with $5,000 fine for stepping too far outside cell. California to cut water to cities and farmland amid persisting drought. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. NYC to impose vaccine mandate on private sector employers. Did Trump send this valid Christmas card in 2021? Skiing Santa's back to shredding Maine slopes for charity. Stressed? You're not alone. Here are some tips for holiday relief. UK police contacted over report of cocaine use in Parliament. Michigan parents found in building, bond set at $500,000 apiece. Myanmar Suu Kyi gets 4 years in trial seen as political. CNN fires Chris Cuomo for helping brother deal with scandal. Has the mystery of the lost colony of Roanoke been solved? Senate leader, presidential candidate Bob Dole dies at 98. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Jeffrey Epstein victim says Ghislaine Maxwell made her dress in schoolgirl outfit to serve him tea. The best gifts for Gen Z giftees, according to a Gen Zer. Viagra shows surprising promise in reducing Alzheimer's risk. Prince Harry, who famously left his job, applauds unhappy workers who quit. 12 must-see movies this holiday season, from A New West Side Story to Spider-Man, No Way Home. People thirsty to reverse their coronavirus vaccination love this wacky treatment. Meet the hero cops who set the standard for New York's finest. Why cannot West Side Story just cast a Puerto Rican Maria? The Forever Prisoner reveals when America forever lost its moral standing in the world. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Michelle Beadle dives deeper into LeBron James drama at ESPN. World's oldest giraffe dies age 31 at Australian Zoo. Chris Noth had no idea late SATC co-star Willie Garson had cancer. 42 best gift cards you can buy online for easy, last-minute holiday gifts. Ghislaine Maxwell asked teen to recruit others for oral sex, witness. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. 50 years on Mars. Do you have what it takes to be an astronaut? You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Omicron, what we know about the new COVID variant. What a former CDC director says about Omicron. Scientists studying whether Omicron is more resistant to vaccines. Omicron variant spreads as vaccination rate hovers near 60%. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Child born convict accused of selling fake vaccination cards. I'm gonna be rich, he boasted on Instagram. Schumer urges Biden to extend student loan payment freeze past February 1st. Travis Scott asks judge to dismiss Astroworld lawsuit, report. Dababee's Las Vegas battery case gets tossed. Michigan shooter's school legally could have searched his locker, backpack before shooting, prosecutor says. NYC expands COVID vaccine mandates to cover kids ages 5-11. Max Rose throws hat into the ring to retake house seat from Rep Maliotakis. Lil Wayne accused of pulling out gun during dispute with his security guard. Perdue enters GOP primary race to become the next Georgia governor. Michigan school shooting suspect and his parents put on suicide watch. The following headlines are from military.com. Family of 6, including child, wounded in U.S. strike in Syria. 101-year-old returns to Pearl Harbor to remember those lost. The Pearl Harbor Memorial is littered with errors. This Navy vet is trying to get them fixed. Israel urges hard line against Iran at nuclear talks. Indian villagers protest as army kills 15, fearing rebels. Edward Shane's last Band of Brothers officer dies at 99. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Jussie Smollett takes the witness stand in his own defense on 5th day of his trial. Daywatch, will Jussie Smollett take stand in hoax hate crime trial? OPRF officials rescind decision to cancel athletics. Ed Bevics looks to delight new generation of diners. Democratic Secretary of State candidate Alexi Giannoulias gains edge in getting AFL-CIO backing with endorsement from Illinois Federation teachers. Family members, officials and students remember how Timu Black shaped his century and his city. Oak Park River Forest School officials rescind decision to cancel athletics due to COVID-19 transmission rates. People attend a public memorial service honoring historian and civil rights leader Timu Black. After Chicago activist is barred from courthouse during Smollett trial, judge issues statement saying he didn't intend to ban anyone. After sitting through freezing rain at Bears game, some fans warmed to the idea of a new stadium in Arlington Heights. Bob Dole, former GOP senator and presidential candidate who survived disabling wounds during World War II, dies at 98. Corrections and clarifications. The following headlines are from phys.org. Fiber lasers poised to advance labs' development of practical laser plasma accelerators. Coral reefs of Western Indian Ocean at risk of collapse, study. Transcriptional control of mycobacterial DNA damage response by sigma adaptation. Gas bubbles in rock pores were a nursery for life on early Earth. Visualizing cell structures in 3 dimensions in mere minutes. Research into ground improvement technique ahead of earthquakes. Examining the neurotoxin from a black widow. Researcher pushes limit of when water will freeze. Burrowing critters increase risk of levee failure. Researchers crack mangrove puzzle. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, December 6th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Salamanders can do what? Big blast from Indonesia's Semeru kills at least 14 people. Listening to the brain to improve depression treatment. Loss of smell identification linked to dementia, Parkinson's. The 6 best rated dog foods. This senolytic antibody drug could combat aging and the diseases it brings. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Self-described Bitcoin creator must pay $100 million in suit. WSU football team reportedly hiring Eric Morris as offensive coordinator, Clay McGuire as offensive line coach. Fresno State's Ryan Grubb to follow Callan DeBoer to UW as offensive coordinator. AP source, Colorado State hires Nevada's Jay Norvell. A white teacher taught white students about white privilege, it cost him his job. Wisconsin Republicans urge removal of DA over parade deaths. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Omar Kelly, grades for Dolphins win over Giants, plus stock up and stock down. Department of Justice sues Texas over new redistricting maps. He would be dead, mother recounts how Mater Dei football players allegedly beat her son. U.S. announces diplomatic boycott of Beijing Winter Olympics. Prince Harry says people should quit jobs that make them unhappy. How Elon Musk sold 10 million Tesla shares and increased his Tesla holdings. Myanmar Zuki convicted in latest blow to democracy. Pac-12 football, the Hotlines all-conference selections and postseason award winners. Vote, what's the best food at San Francisco's Chase Center? Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit collapses, dies in California. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. White House announces a diplomatic boycott of Beijing Olympics. Harris targeted for more criticism in liberal media. Derby winner Medina Spirit collapses, dies in California. Crews begin long process of dismantling Lee statue pedestal. Max Rose runs for rematch in-house race in New York, Republicans tear us apart. British woman testifies about grooming by Ghislaine Maxwell. $6.60 am awarded to Tree of Life Synagogue, site of massacre. Leaders, Africa's COVID-19 fight is vital for world security. Feds investigating Trump's social media startup deal, business partners say. Polish Prime Minister defends meeting of European populists. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Report, bit by bit, the news is tightening around the nuclear weapons industry. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, December 6th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. North Shore brothers plead guilty to misdemeanors in Capitol insurrection cases. Ferris Bueller accordion Berwin polka queen Vlastik Rusek played in Chicago parade scene sold at auction. Jussie Smollett takes the stand in his defense. College basketball top 25, Purdue breaks through to number 1, plus, my ballot. City's Pilsen plan and tax credit deals support affordable housing. Proposed legislation would put unvaccinated on the hook for COVID-19 expenses. Bears coach met nudge, QB Justin Fields' status versus Packers unclear. 15-year-old boy shot, CTA bus driver beaten, 2 cops injured as police respond to large group of youths downtown Saturday night. West Side Story, in Spielberg's hands, the classic musical feels wonderful, witty and bright. University of Chicago staff member robbed at knife point near campus. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Right-wing organizations create ruckus in school over religious conversion. WhatsApp adds new functionality to disappearing messages. Nagaland killings spark fresh demand for AFSPA repeal, sit report in a month, key points. India-Russia talks, Rajnath raises China's unprovoked aggression. SKM looks for fresh impetus to farmers' protest. Indian origin CEO fires 900 employees over Zoom call in US. Suu Kyi sentence cut to 2 years from 4, Myanmar TV. E-Times Celeb Tracker, today's 20 best celeb moments. Omicron mutations may provide clues about origin. COVID, 85% of adults got at least 1 dose, over 50% fully vaccinated. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, December 6, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Opinion, if Roe falls, let's require organ donation. Underground newspaper Space City, celebrated a new book. Colts squash Texans in a rout, 31-0. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this week. Things to do, listen to Never Forget by Lee Oscar. Preview, a Beatles holiday cabaret with Music Box Theater. The next headlines are about world records making news. Michael Eckert attempted a new 24-hour pull-up record, menschelt.com. Tamara Walcott set powerlifting record while being a mom, Insider. One Piece's Guinness World Record isn't what you'd think, Looper. Sports News Roundup, Donovan Mitchell propels Jazz past Cavaliers, speed skating us men's set team pursuit world record and more, Dev the scores. Mirabay less India to focus on CWG at Weightlifting World Championships, ESPN. New York family from Hudson Valley sets Guinness World Record, Hudson Valley Post. New York man is named Guinness World Record holder for a holiday light display, WJCT News. China's Ning refreshes national record at Speed Skating World Cup, Global Times. Guinness Book of Records, Nigerian record holder kicks off 480-hour read-aloud contest, Premium Times. World record-breaking premier whiskey creation scores Scotch Single Malt of the Year and Scotch Single Cask of the Year awards in Jim Murray's Whiskey Bible, Yahoo Finance. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Controversial assisted suicide pot cleared for use in Switzerland. Doctor Who brought it all together, for this? Kevin Feige says Charlie Cox is the MCU's Daredevil, but what does that mean? 9 photos of Indonesia's apocalyptic volcanic eruption. Clearview AI search engine for faces set to receive patent. 300 giant cockroaches, tarantulas, and scorpions found in luggage at Colombian airport. The new Matrix Resurrections trailer declares war. Chinese rover to investigate mysterious hut spotted on far side of moon. The Boys Iverse expands yet again with the animated series Diabolical. Apple's 2022 lineup said to include rugged Apple Watch and AR/VR headset. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Kokstad in South Africa at 128.84 degrees Fahrenheit or 53.8 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Delayankir in Russia at minus 65.02 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 53.9 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Asus new MacBook Pro rival costs $5,000. SolarWinds hackers have a whole bag of new tricks for mass compromise attacks. After a thorough review, NASA awards additional astronaut flights to SpaceX. Inflation threatens record pace of renewable power rollout. At least 2 hominin species lived at Legally Site 3.6 million years ago. How a carbon tax can fight inequality and climate change. Review: Halo Infinite's campaign finishes the fight, but arrives in tatters. Quantum processor swapped in for a neural network. ESA head says Europe needs to stop facilitating Elon Musk's ambitions in space. Sony drops first look teaser trailer for Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, Part 1. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Atlanta's wealthiest and widest neighborhood wants to secede, leaving school district in a lurch. Surgically excised minority communities, Department of Justice announces it's suing Texas over gerrymandered redistricting maps. We are suffering fresh breakthrough infections of idiocy. Charges could be filed against Oxford school officials in the wake of mass shooting, Michigan Attorney General. Second accuser takes stand in Maxwell sex trafficking trial. 7th grader dies by suicide after being told he'd go to hell for being gay. Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit dies, reports. Trump trained his MAGA base to view reality as the crisis and violence as the solution, report. Merrick Garland shivering under his desk, former officials slam Department of Justice for lack of action on criminal Trump. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Foreclosures are fueling America's racial wealth gap. New report leaves activists doubting administration's fossil fuel pledges. Giant of the Senate Bob Dole dies at 98. With the Supreme Court ready to gut Roe, Amy Klobuchar says Congress needs to act, and fast. Days after the Michigan school shooting, a GOP lawmaker posted a gun-filled family photo. Are pollution and poverty altering the sex ratio of our babies? The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Elon Musk's imaginary world, Vox. Best sci-fi movies of all time, Space.com. $500 million in Bitcoin, lost in the dump, The New Yorker. Genre Roundup, the best in new science fiction, Financial Times. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Free recall scaling laws and short-term memory effects in a latching attractor network, pnas.org. Listening to favorite music improves brain plasticity, study, Hindustan Times. Parents have to play crucial role in first 1,000 days of child's life, Rising Kashmir. Docs, music as medicine, ease osteoarthritis pain with fruits, the union leader. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Innovators are making strides to democratize longevity in 2022. MindBodyGreen.com. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, December 6, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Pentagon heading up UFO research is totally bogus, says Congressman Tim Burchett. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, December 6, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.